Hey, friends, welcome back to the Stress Sleep Connection series, uh, where we're diving into the real reasons why you might be wired but tired and what to do about it naturally. I'm Rebecca Russell, essential oil expert, author, and speaker, but even more importantly, I used to deal with chronic worry and racing brain, and this led to sleep issues. So I have figured out natural solutions to address all of these issues, and I'm sharing these secrets with you on this series. So whether your brain won't shut off at bedtime, or you're waking up in the middle of the night, or you're waking up not feeling rested, I've got you. So let's get into today's topic. Every week we explore a subtopic of stress and sleep, and then what can support you. So this week is might be considered a little controversial, I'm not sure, but we're going to talk about how medications can affect your stress and sleep. It's often overlooked. So um, it's not that I'm not here to bash medications. There's no judgment, but there are certain ones that are they're more known to affect sleep or add to stress. And if you don't know this, then that is going to compound the problem. So, and sometimes just understanding this, you might ask if you can take the medication during the morning or afternoon instead of at night. Sometimes it doesn't matter. We just don't know that we can ask. We just sort of follow the directions without thinking, so does it have to be this way? It never hurts to ask, but it is very important to read the inserts that come with medications, the fine print. I know it's tedious, but it's very important. And even if it's an over-the-counter kind of thing, look it up, Google. You can find out what the typical side effects are. So some of these common side effects of uh, these types of medications uh, are as follows. So antidepressants or anti-anxiety meds, these can affect your REM sleep and suppress deep restorative sleep. These are the two that are so important for healing. So the light sleep, yeah, it's good, but that's not where the healing begins. So we need those two types of restorative sleep. Um, let's see, corticosteroids increase cortisol. That is your stress hormone, and that makes it harder to wind down. Pain medications. So this can disrupt melatonin production and dull natural signals that tell your body it's time to rest. They can also cause constipation, which causes stress and affects your sleep. So, and this is maybe a strange one to add, but sleep meds. They might knock you out, but they often prevent that true restorative sleep, that REM deep sleep, and you don't fix the root issue. Why are you having trouble sleeping? So, my personal experience with a sleep medication, I have been on quite a few different ones young, in the past, before I became pretty much totally holistic. But even after I was more in the holistic realm, I could not find anything that stopped this racing brain. And so I tried over the counter, I tried prescriptions, I tried, you know, just natural things and things that weren't natural, and I could not get relief. Or a prescription worked, and then my insurance didn't cover it, or there was just some reason why it just didn't take. Or it worked for a while and then stopped. So I did try Ambien for a while. And of course, I've heard about the side effects, but from what I could tell, everything was fine for the first couple of months. But what I did notice was, yes, I went to sleep, so it did help with the racing brain, but I woke up exhausted. I was so tired. And I mean, when your first thought when you wake up is, do I have time for a nap today? That's not good. And I was probably in my early 40s, maybe. So that's just not acceptable. But I didn't know what else to do because I'd tried so many other things. And finally, though, I was noticing that food was left out on the counter overnight, and I didn't remember eating anything. And then one night, my daughter was home from school, and we apparently had a conversation. And that next day, I tried to have that same conversation with her, and it really upset her. She said, "Mom, we talked about this last night." And so that she was scared, and it sort of scared me. So the fact that I was so tired, even after sleeping, I still didn't understand why, because I was still learning all about this holistic stuff. But that was not going to be something to stay on long term. So then I ended up on something else that isn't considered a sleep medication, but it worked. And I thought I'd have to be on it the rest of my life because you have to sleep. But I fortunately found the oils. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. So I know all about sleep. I know all about racing brains. So if you have questions or you need some suggestions, I'm your girl. So caffeine-based headache meds or over-the-counter decongestants, these can really mess with your sleep as well. And it increases your heart rate, and it can disrupt the nervous system. So this is why it's not commonly known, but it is true. If you are on an anti-anxiety medication, you should not be having caffeine. And I can't tell you how many people I know do not know this, and they're sabotaging their efforts. So you must understand the side effects and different things. So another example of this is Excedrin, migraine relief, and also Excedrin tension headache. Both of those have 63 milligrams of caffeine. Now, some people, that's not an issue, but for other people, it is. And I know for me, the older I get, the earlier in the day I have to have my caffeine. It never used to affect me younger, but as I got older, it started to. So now I try to cut it off by noon. It used to be 3, so, and before that it could be 9 p.m. and then caffeine did not keep me awake. So you need to understand your own rhythms and what your cutoff times are. So and back when I used to have migraines on a more regular basis, that would have been important to know. Now, granted, I might have taken it anyway to get relief, even if it had caffeine, but it's good to know that that could be a possible reason for not being able to sleep. But I know from the past, sleep is what helps heal from the migraine, helps you get back to normal. So if you can't sleep, that just perpetuates the problem. So just be aware of that. If you can take it during the day and it works, that's fine, but there are other natural solutions for those neck tension and so forth. But then also, what is causing those in the first place? That's something you really want to explore. So a lot of people think stress and sleep are more just emotional and lifestyle issues, but as I've just pointed out, the medications can play a big role in that. And additional ways they can is they can deplete nutrients your body needs to regulate stress, like B vitamins, magnesium, CoQ10. Some affect your cortisol rhythm, which we know is the fight or flight, and it keeps you wired instead of allowing you to wind down. They can interfere with neurotransmitters, so like serotonin and GABA. GABA is the feel good hormone, it's like Xanax for the brain. You want to have good serotonin and GABA. They're calming messengers that help you feel safe and relaxed. And then sometimes these medications suppress symptoms without solving root causes. So this can leave your body internally stressed even when you don't feel it right away. So I just know that I am so grateful that I don't have the migraines much anymore. And if I do, it's not the ER worthy ones. But it took a while to figure out what those triggers were, so, and what to do about them. So these medications, sometimes you have to be on them, and you, that's fine, but just understand everything that's tied to that. And also, you must be on the same page as your doctor. So don't just listen to this video and then think, oh, I'm just going to go off a certain medication because of this. No, you and your doctor need to be on the same page. Now, I'm all about trying to get off medications if you can, or at least lower the dose. So, but you must work in connection with your doctor. So now that we know this, what can we do naturally to support our bodies, our brain, during this time where we're needing to sleep or control the stress during the day? So copaiba is an amazing oil. It also comes in a soft gel, and copaiba is called the poor man's frankincense. It's less expensive than frankincense, but it has similar chemistry. It's also the essential oil alternative to CBD without any THC, and of course it's legal everywhere. But it works with the endocannabinoid system, just like CBD, and it helps regulate mood and anxious feelings, and it's just very soothing physically as well. So you can take a soft gel, you can put a drop of oil under your tongue. It's just great support. I typically take a soft gel at night because that is my time. I am so much better, but that is still a time for me. It's a challenging time for me, but I don't worry if I'm going to sleep or not anymore. It just is what it is, and it's okay. I love my creative brain. So another product that is helpful is Serenity, and it is an amazing oil. I diffuse it every night, and it also is part of the sleep system, which has the Serenity soft gels. This has L-theanine in it, which helps calm mind and body, and tart cherries help calm everything and also help you start your melatonin production again, because as we age, it slows down or stops. And then the Serenity stick, sleep stick, it smells so amazing, and it has valerian in it. And again, that's very calming for the mind and body. I do have a sort of funny story about that, in that sourcing makes a huge difference on things, oils, products, supplements. But in the past, when I tried valerian root, when I was trying to figure out, natural ways to help with the racing brain, that valerian actually made me wired. I didn't sleep the entire night, which is very contradictory. So when doTERRA came out with the sleep stick, I was very cautious about trying it because of that experience. But I know what I know now as far as sourcing, so I gave it a try, and I'm fine. And It smells amazing. It's just, I love it. So again, it could be the sourcing of the product back in the day, or it could just be my body chemistry has changed since then. I don't know. But you have to be aware of how your body is reacting to things. So, another product for stress and sleep is the adaptive. So, it comes in an oil, and that is wonderful to diffuse. And then the capsule it does not have the adaptive oil blend in it, but it does have orange and lavender and GABA. So the big thing to know about this is if you are already on an antidepressant, anti-anxiety medicine, you do not take this. Um, you need to, if you want to try to do things naturally, you talk with your doctor about weaning off, and then you can try the adaptive system, which involves one capsule a day or night, which your choice, and then diffusing the oil as much as possible. And then there's an adaptive roller where you can keep it with you at all times and apply to your pulse points as needed. So when you start feeling that anxiety just sort of rise, just put some of that on your wrist and smell, and just take some deep breaths. Another way to support yourself naturally is through your gut, because there is a definite gut-brain connection. The gut is where we create a lot of the hormones, so the serotonin, the GABA, the dopamine. So if our gut is constantly stressed and malnourished, then we're probably not going to be making the hormones we need. And that, I feel, is why there is the depression and anxiety. That could be a reason. So that adaptive capsule that has the GABA in it that you take once a day for maintenance, that is making sure you have enough GABA. So supporting your gut is so important for your mental health. And the foundational wellness bundle is just incredible for this. So I don't have it here with me, but it involves the VMG Plus packet that has the green powder, which includes your whole food vitamins and minerals for the day, your fruits and vegetables for the day, and a cell repair component for the day. And so you just shake it up in a bottle and drink it. Then we have the omega-3s that are just phenomenal. The wild orange that's in them helps with absorption and helps it stay in the system longer. 3 of those during the day, all at once, or spread it out, you decide. And then there's a PB Restore capsule, 1 a day, that is a pre, pro, and postbiotic. It nurtures every biome in your body. So we have more than just the gut biome. We have a skin biome, a oral biome, and many others. So this is an amazing gut health supplement. So that is the foundation for your gut health, which is the foundation for your overall wellness. So those are all things you can do naturally to combat the stress, sleep issue. And you're coming from a place of strength then when you have to take the medications. So I highly recommend it. It's just a phenomenal way to nurture your body. And it takes 2 minutes. So other lifestyle tips and strategies for dealing with this is track your patterns. So keep a sleep journal, note when your medications are taken. Are there any links between them? I know my smartwatch, it tells me the deep sleep and the REM sleep. So I'm trying to keep track of, okay, what did I do different? Why did I have a better night's sleep last night? So I'm making little notes on my daily pages that I keep track of everything. Nourish your system, which I just talked about with the foundational wellness bundle. If you're on meds long term, you're depleting your body of these things, and um, you know, your 70 to 80% of your immune system's in your gut. So you've got your hormones, your immune system. I mean, the gut is so important. So nourish it with the foundational wellness bundle. And then don't stop anything suddenly, like I sort of mentioned earlier. You need to be on the same page with your doctor. Because, say for instance, you're on blood pressure medicine, and you are wanting to uh, manage your stress so that the dose can be lowered, or maybe you can even get off. Um, if you are following a natural protocol, whether it's doTERRA or something else, that could lower your blood pressure, which is great. But if you're still taking the same dose and the doctor has no idea this is what you're doing, this could be very dangerous, because if it goes too low, that's not good for you either. So you must be on the same page as your doctor. Don't assume it's not a big deal. And especially, it's a well-known fact that Ambien was never, ever meant to be a long-term solution for sleep. That is known. But I can't tell you how many people I know who have been on it for 15, 20 years and assume they'll be on it the rest of their life. I worry about that because of what it did to me, and what is, if it was never designed to be long term, there's something going on there. So if it's the only thing that works, and you need that quality of life, and you truly have tried everything else, then you make peace with that, right? But what I also see a lot, especially with my Zyto health scans, is people are on medications, whether it's for digestion or sleep or stress, and they still aren't feeling great. They're still having a lot of symptoms, but they're continuing to take the medications because A, they don't know what else to do, and to do something feels better than nothing. And B, they have no sense of, okay, how bad was it before? What was I truly dealing with? So that if you were to taper off or get off, how would you know the difference? Like, you must keep track of things. And we assume we'll remember, but I know for me, I don't. If I've slept since then, it's gone typically. So don't assume you're going to remember just because maybe it was a very memorable kind of event. Just keep notes, track, and know if you're on, say, some sort of medication to help with digestion. Keep track of how many times during the week or day, however often you have your issues, how often are you still having issues while on that medication? Because if you're having quite a few, then it might be time to try something else. Whether that's a different medication or something natural, that's up to you. But I just encourage you to really be aware of how your body's reacting to things, and plan, do, review. If it's not working to the extent you think it should, then reassess. So the other thing is, start with small natural tools. Even one oil could make a huge difference when you use it consistently. So I hope this was, I don't know, I was very leery of this subject, but yet I feel it's so important. Would it be better for people to not have to be on any medications? Absolutely. But I know that's not feasible for some people. So that's okay. But let's see, track how you're doing. Is it really helping, and how well is it helping? And B, is there a natural alternative that you might want to try in order to limit the chemicals you put on and in your body? Because medications are chemicals. And what we're finding now is chemicals are so tied to your cell health, and if you do not have good cell health, you are going to be at risk for a lot of these autoimmune diseases, and one of which, uh, the autoimmune diseases, and then also the Alzheimer's and dementia. So we want to avoid that if we can. So the fewer meds you're on, the better. The, limiting those chemicals, the better your chances of aging well. So you do need a quality of life though. So there's no judgment whatsoever. You decide. Just have, I encourage you to just have a real understanding of the possible side effects, and how natural things, oils, lifestyle changes can support you while you're doing all that. So if you want to know more about that, just reach out to me for a free uh, wellness consult. We can do health scans if you're local, and also know that uh, stress and sleep both affect your metabolism. And I know a lot of women, especially, struggle with a slow metabolism. So if this is true for you, uh, comment boost in the comments, and I will reach out to you and get you the free guide from me, the ultimate guide to boost metabolism in 5 days. So I hope you found this helpful, and I would love to know a takeaway. And as always, choose you, choose natural, choose now.